Hi guys, welcome back. I don't know what happened. Um, Sometimes Wi-Fi is funky in this building, and it looks like that happened today. I just had to go in and turn off my Wi-Fi, and I was able to reconnect with you. So I am going to redo our hip hinges. Let's do 5 of them because I was looking in this direction. I'm not sure when that shut off. So let's do 5 hip hinges. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And heel taps to the front. Pressing your heel out and pressing your arms out. And then let's switch this to kickbacks, bringing your heels towards your glutes as you row your arms. And then skaters, one leg behind the other on a diagonal. And then we're going to take this to the front. We're just going to step on a diagonal to the front. I'm trying to get us moving in all directions throughout our workout. And then I'm going to grab my chair. We're going to do some hip mobility exercise. So holding on, just bring your knee up, and we're just going to rotate out. I'm not counting. We're just doing a few. If you could get your leg up high, that's great, but do whatever is best for you. And then we're going to switch it to the other leg. And that feels good. We're going to do 5 calf raises, holding onto the chair if you need to, or wall. Just rolling up on our toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and march it out. And I want to take these marches a little bit higher, just bringing your opposite hand up, opposite knee to your hand. You should be feeling nice and warm. And before we do our posture check, let's just do our little cervical spine work. So your shoulders are square to the front. You're not moving your shoulders. You're just going to tuck your chin in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now we're going to do our posture check. So standing up nice and tall, feet about hip distance apart, toes pointing forward, plumb line pulling you up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Your chin stays parallel. You're not going to push it up or down. You're just going to push it straight back into the hand that's in the back. So your head is right on top of your shoulder, your ear over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your knee, knee over your ankle. Your belly button's pulled towards your spine with a slight hip tilt forward. Relax shoulders, shoulder blades pointing towards your back pocket. So we're gonna sit. Today we're gonna do regular foot and ankle work, and you're sitting up tall even though you may be leaning on the back of the chair. And bring your feet up, and we're gonna point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and the opposite direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're just going to do regular old sit to stand today. We're just going to do 10 of them. I'll bring back variations over the next few weeks, but just let's go back to basics. So you could push off the chair. You could use your arms up and down as a counterbalance, arms across your chest or arms straight out. Keep your eye on a focal point so you're not bending forward and standing up that way. You want to stand up with your head up, your torso up. So we're going to do 10 of these. Feet should be at least shoulder width apart. Wider base of support gives you more stability. So 10, 9, sit with a lot of control. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And stay standing. We're going to do push-ups today. Push-ups are one of my favorite exercises, so I always go back to it sooner or later, and we're going to go back to it today. So I want you to imagine when you're doing a push-up, even though you're leaning against a wall, or if you want to make it harder, you could use a counter or a table that's very secure, that's not going to move with you. Your hands are at shoulder height. You're in a plank position. So when you do this, you're nice and straight from the top of your head to your heels. Your belly button's pulled in. Your core is engaged. If you look over to the side and your hands are up here by your head, you're just bring your arms down. If you're using a lower level, like a counter or a table, you should want your chest to go towards the table or the counter, not your head. That will be putting too much pressure on your shoulders. So let's do 10 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And grab your weights before we do our squats. I just want to do a quick review. Your feet are going to be at least shoulder width apart. If you want to make them wider, that's okay. Remember, our sits to stand are very similar to a squat. So if you want to do sits to stand instead of a squat, you can do that. But our feet are at least shoulder width apart. As in our warm-up hip hinge, the first thing that moves are your hips. You're going to bring your hips back. You're going to go as low as it's comfortable for you, keeping your head up, push through your heels, and contract your glutes. So I'm going to do it with my weights. I'm just holding my weights here. And I want you to notice one thing, even though my knees bother me when I do a squat, because I'm trying to do it as best as I can, it really doesn't bother my knee at all. If I was doing it and pushing my knee out, it would bother my knee. But if you do it correctly, people with arthritis or some other knee issues, it shouldn't really bother it if you're hinging your hips back and doing it correctly. So I'm just going to hold the weights at my chest. You could do it as a body weight exercise. And we're going to start with our hip hinge, going back, keeping your head up, going as low as it's comfortable, pushing through your heels and contracting your glutes. 10, 9, find a focal point and keep your eyes on it so you're not folding over. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And last set of push-ups. Hands at chest height or shoulder height. Nice plank position. And 1, keep your elbows down. They shouldn't be at a right angle with your shoulder. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of squats. Feet wide enough that it's comfortable for you. Standing up tall to begin with. Find a focal point. Keep your eyes on it so you're not folding over as we do our squats. Your head and torso should stay up. Your torso does lean forward a little bit, but it shouldn't be all the way over like this. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're moving right on. We're going to do bent over rows. So I want you to bend at the knee, bend at the hip, neutral spine. You're not rounding or arching your back, keeping it nice and neutral, your belly button pulled in. I want you to look a little bit ahead on a diagonal, not up or all the way down. That keeps your head where it's supposed to be. Arms away, bring your elbows straight up and squeeze your shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to give you options to work on your glutes and your hamstrings. So normally we do a lot of the times, a single leg deadlift, where you're holding the weight in the outside hand, the outside leg goes back, your standing leg is nice and straight. However, when I'm standing on my left leg, it does cause a little bit of a problem. So what I'm going to do for myself, you can do the single leg deadlifts. You can do it full parallel or part way, or just having one leg going back and contracting your glutes. I'm going to do a modified one. So my feet are staggered. You can see what it looks like there. It's not too far apart. My back knee is slightly bent and my heel is off the ground. And what I'm going to do, I'm still holding the weight on the outside leg. I'm going to just shift my hip back and go forward. And as I stand up, I push through that front heel and contract my glute. So if I want you to notice something, I'm pushing my hip straight back. I'm not pushing my hip down. All right. So you can, both of these are good. This version I'm doing is actually overall harder, but it's better for my knee today. So if you want to try it, go ahead. So 10, 9, 8, and you come all the way up with a contraction in your glutes. 7, pushing your hip back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And switch over to the other side. So do the single leg where your leg goes up and you're parallel, or an angle that's comfortable for you, or you can do this. So 1, 2, and you're not doing anything with the weights. 3, you're just holding them for added resistance. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to go right back into our bent over pose, bent at the knee, bent at the hip, neutral spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right back into our single leg deadlifts or modified deadlifts, whichever one you're doing. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And switching to the other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'm just going to do a quick check-in since we had the disturbance earlier. I don't want to take too much time from our workout. And let's see who's here. My phone's not working today. Well, I'll check in later. Hi, Nora. I'm just going to get a quick sip of water. By the way, when we take a break, I don't want you to sit down. Keep moving a little bit or standing so that your heart rate doesn't drop too quickly while we take a break. So we're really going back to basics here. We haven't done this in a long time. We're going to do tandem stance. Give yourself some room in between heel and toe. You can offset it to the side, heel in the arch of the other foot, whatever is comfortable for you and safest. What helps the most is a nice big posture. Nice, great posture, I should say. And we're going to do lateral raises, 10 reps. So your arms do not go higher than your shoulders. And if you have pain or discomfort in your shoulder, you're going to do external rotations. So 10 of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And remember which foot was in front because we're going to switch it to the next set. So now we're going to do leg extension. So sitting up nice and tall, your foot is really flexed so that you feel the contraction in your quads, especially above your knee. So we're going to do 10 reps. 1, 2, 3. Nice and slow. 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3. 7, 2, 3. 8, 2, 3. 9, 2, 3. And 10, 2, 3. And switch to the other leg. Flex your foot. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, and 10, 2, 3. So we're working our quads. We're going back to our shoulders and tandem stance and switch feet, if you remember. I think I need to put my right foot in front this time. So let me just get my balance. Standing up nice and tall, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And second set of quads. By the way, you're sitting towards the end of the chair so that your hamstrings are off and you can really contract your quads. So this time, flex your foot and rotate out slightly. Not a big rotation, just a little rotation, and keep that flexion. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3. 7, 2, 3. 8, 2, 3. 9, 2, 3. And 10, 2, 3. And I can really feel that. Give your quad a little rub, and let's switch to the last leg. The only other leg you have. Rotate out slightly, and 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3. 7, 2, 3. 8, 2, 3. 9, 2, 3. And 10, 2, 3. And grab your weights. We haven't done this in a long time. We've done a different version of it. We're going to do bicep curls and slow marches alternated. So I did this in my in-person class yesterday. And as you know, I haven't done this exercise in a while. That coordination is really, really off. There was a lot of same side. So this is a cognitive exercise too. So you have to pay attention that you're alternated, that you're doing opposite arm and knee. So I also want you to think about controlling your steps down, that it's not a lot of noise. You shouldn't be hearing, if you're in a wood floor or tile floor, you shouldn't be hearing it. Standing up nice and tall, I'm going to start with my right arm and my left knee. If you need to stand with your back against the wall, just in case, that you can lean back if you feel a little bit unbalanced, that's okay too. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And with this, we're doing calf raises and heel rocks. We're actually going to do 15 of those. Working on our lower leg, holding on lightly to the chair. We're going to roll up on our toes and rock back on our heels. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And let's do our last set of slow marches and bicep curls. So one of the things that I want to make sure, I see it in my class and people are not aware of it. They're doing their bicep curls like this. Your elbow stays locked to your side and you're alternating, okay? So if you have a mirror, you can look at it and that will help keep you under control if you happen to be one of those people who do crazy things. But let's start with our left arm and right knee this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And our last set of calf raises and heel rocks. Holding on lightly to the chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And I'm going to get a quick drink of water. This normally cool room is kind of warm today, feels muggy. So we need a break. Keep moving. So we're going to do, we haven't done this in a long, long time. And even though I have a knee problem, this is a great exercise. And I'm going to give you options. So we're going to do back lunges. We haven't done that forever. So I'm going to give you, show you a basic back lunge. You're going to bend your knees. Both knees are at 90 degrees. So if that's too much for you, you're modifying. As you notice, this is not 90 degree in that back leg or the front leg. That is even too much for you. You could step back. All right. So even with my knee issues, my knee issue for the most part is when I do a single leg stance. The pressure on my knee is too much. I can do these. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 10 alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And superset in with triceps. So tricep kickbacks, same position as bent over rows, bent at the knee, bent at the hip, arms up. Your elbows are close to you, they're not out here. And you're going to extend back all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of back lunges. Hold it on lightly for stability. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And last set of triceps. Then we're done with the weights for today. So extend back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you could put your weights away. They said it's warm in here, so I have to mop up a little bit. My glasses are falling down my face. So we're going to do 2 different glute and hip exercise. Our normal side leg lift, really going back to basics. Hold it on if you need to. We're working on our smaller glute muscles, medial glute, minimus glute, piriformis. Helps with balance and stability in our hips, more stability in our hips. So toe pointing forward, you're just bringing your leg up. It's not a kick up, and you're not going very high. I'm going to hold on today. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then on the other side, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'm going to do this one seated because standing on my left knee bothers my knee a little bit, but you can do the standing. We're just doing a little modified clamshell. So hold it sitting up nice and tall. You're sitting to the edge of the chair. You're just bringing your leg out a little bit. You're not going too far because the farther out you go, you miss the muscles that we're working on, and you get the front of your hip flexor engaged. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the other leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do a wood chopper. So staggered, nice white leg, nice wide stance, I should say. Starting on the back leg. I'm sorry. Starting over the front leg. And you're just going to bring the ball down to your back, to your opposite hip. My words are getting confused today. Nice engagement in your core, belly button pulled in, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And switch legs. Starting over the opposite shoulder. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And sitting towards the end of the chair, put the ball between your knees, sitting up tall, letting your hands hang. We're going to push in and pull your belly button in at the same time, 15 reps. Start with an inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And now we're going to do a rotation. So this time you're going to keep pressure on the ball the entire time. So you get some inner thigh work with this also. So 10, you're moving from your waist this time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just keep that ball, keep pressure on the ball. And we're going to do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to put the ball behind me. We normally separate these exercises. We do one where we just go back, and then we do the other one where we go forward. I'm going to combine them today. So remember, you're not bending forward or going back from your waist. It's from your shoulder blades. So I want your head to follow along with your shoulder. So keeping your belly button pulled in, you're just going to roll back and then forward from your shoulder blades for 1, 2, 3. Notice that I'm not bending at the waist. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And put your ball away. We're going to do a tandem stance with our heads holding 5 on each side. So find a focal point on your left and your right. That will help out. And make sure you have something close to you to hold on, because these are hard. They're one of the hardest balance exercises, in my opinion, that we do. So we're just going to do 5 and then switch feet and do 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And switch your feet. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to do our single leg stance. So for me, to do it all on my left knee, it's a little bit much. So I always talk about either doing a kickstand or a kickstand up and down. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a kickstand up and down. It's less pressure on my knee. I'm not standing and holding my knee for a 10 count. So standing up nice and tall, core engaged, looking at a focal point, that will help you. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now I can stand on my other leg for a 10 count. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's do our stretch. So one leg out, your foot is really, really flexed. So you get a stretch in your calf in addition to your hamstring. Leaning forward, if you could move, reach your toe, pull it towards your face. You're still paying attention to your posture. Your core is engaged. You're not going to round or arch your back in any of our exercise unless I tell you to. And switch sides. And sit up. Nice and tall, cross one leg over, pull gently on the outside of your knee so you get a stretch along the side of your hip all the way down towards your knee. And switch to a figure 4. Leaning forward, pressing gently on the inside of your knee for a glute stretch. And switch to the other leg. For each stretch, I'm taking a few deep breaths. Probably not enough, but hopefully by now you know all of these stretches and you could do these throughout the day or spend some time giving each stretch at least a 30-second or maybe 2 30-second stretches per stretch if you have the time. I do these at night sometimes. And switch to the figure 4. And this one, I'm doing it sideways so you see that I'm not rounding my back. I'm just leaning forward. I'm going as far over as I can. So it's just a gentle stretch in my lower back. My legs are nice and wide. Then I'm shifting over to one leg. So I get the stretch in the side of my lower back, particularly that's a muscle that we're stretching is called the QL. And over to the other side. So I'm going to do a seated hip flexor stretch, 90 degrees, the front leg sitting towards the end of the chair, holding on for stability, the other leg 90 degrees, or you could straighten it out a little bit, trying to tuck my back leg hip up a little bit to get that stretch in front of my hip down into my quads. And switching to the other side. And my favorite stretch, hands on the seat of the chair, feet under your hips, just push away so that you get a nice posterior stretch. Push your hips away from your hands, I should say. And roll up, arms out to the side. Bring your arms behind you. They should not be higher than your shoulders. And just move your head gently left to right. Arm circles. And switch direction. And thank you guys so much. Let's see who is still here. For whatever reason, it won't let me see. Okay, Ping's here, Nora, Eva, Judy, Shuggy. Thank you guys so much for showing up today. And I will see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy this lovely fall weather. Thank you.